This is the Spot Discussions, and we're lucky to have a talented guest, a multi-talented guest, sharp-dressed John Reed of It's John Reed of
Flip Pop Radio.
Flip Pop Radio on iHeartRadio, and amongst a whole bunch of things, man. It's an honor to finally have you here. Stopping by the spot, and this is our chance to kind of pick your brain, because you've been in the game it's about 10 years now, right? 10 plus?
I started in 1998, man, in college. I started on college radio.
Right.
I'm old. I just look young and sexy.
No,
I'm old enough to be. I probably could be. I'm your older brother.
Well, they say black don't crack.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I got kids. Nah, I got kids. I'm old, man. I've been around. I started in college in '98, on the community access, and then also college radio.
Right.
And then my first interview, man, was Outkast.
I saw that. I was doing my research, and I saw.
I got a lot of. I got lucky, and I met guys when they first came into the business, and not quite. It was no social media, and they would come to shows that I created, myself. They would come to community access shows to try to promote their product, like Goody Mob. I got a lot of great video from artists that started when they first started. It seems like they're great now, like Beyonce. I got the original. I can't find it, but I have the interview with the original Destiny's Child, with Beyonce, Kelly, Natavia, and
Latoya.
I think it was. I don't think Latoya was in it. Was she?
No, she was the second. She was the second one.
Latavia and Latoya. And
what was the first name you said? I think
Latavia was the darker one, right?
Yes, and then it was Latoya.
And then Kelly, and then Beyonce. Yep. And so I remember Beyonce had hair on her teeth. She was 16 years old, man. She had on braces.
Right.
And Kelly Rowland had on invisible braces. I never forget this. People always talk about Beyonce's age, and she's not. She was that age, because I was 19 at the time.
Right.
I definitely remember them being teenage girls. And they had I think Bills had just came out.
Oh, okay.
It's 98. And I was a college student. I got an interview with them. Anybody that would come Michigan, Detroit area,
right?
I would land an interview.
Through that time, what are some of the things that you would take from some of these interviews?
I saw Beyonce, I knew she was a star. Oh, speaking Latavia, she had an attitude. I think she had just woken up, and she didn't really want to do the interview. And Kelly Rowland, I remember her being super humble and super nice. And that's the only thing I remember about the group. And it was funny because Latavia ended up getting kicked out, and I was like, good, because she was the mean one.
Right.
And I remember just Kelly being just like how she is today, how they are. They were the same way as kids. It seemed like they never.
The cream rises to the top.
I see a lot of artists and know a lot of artists and just help a lot of artists. They aren't artists until you give them an opportunity.
Right.
So I like helping up and coming artists. That's my passion. Underground and. Even at BET, A.S.A.P, the whole A.S.A.P crew, man, I feel like I'm responsible for helping them get on BET, even especially A$AP Ferg and all these crew. They come out and hang out, and I tell them you should put him on, or he's hot, and the ball roll. It happens in New York. It happens at BET. It happens on just organically, things like that happen, and I'm always just been around and just trying to just discover talent, and that's what I think my passion is radio. I just told you, just listening to records and having DJ, sitting at home listening to 12-inch, as a kid, listening to Doug Banks on the radio in Chicago, and listening to Rick Party. They're on the radio down here now.
Right? Yeah.
Those are I grew up on Chicago radio, WGCI, and just became a student of it. It's different now.
Right.
I met you guys. It's you got to become a student of radio. I like Howard Stern. Just to throw back. Larry King.
When it comes to evaluating talent, what are some of the things? I mean, obviously there are certain things that we all could point out, but this is your thing.
I would write about this. We was talking about 106 and Park closing down, but what it is the music industry. There was no other live countdown show just that
outside
existed.
of TRL, baby.
Well, even now to this day, TRL shut down in 2006 or 2008 or whatever. So A-list artists still came to 106 and Park despite anybody ever watching it, and so it allowed me to make great contacts backstage and really talk to some of these artists, even whether they were big artists or upcoming artists, and I just understand the dynamics. I understand humility, and I understand whether some artists come in there drunk, high. Right. I understand who comes in there serious. I know who comes early. I know who wants to leave. I know who doesn't want to be there. So you can see who's on the charts and who's successful and who has a horrible team, who has horrible management, who's all about, you know what I mean? So I would never broadcast those things, but it tells me how much work they're putting in. You can see it on the charts and on the videos and whatever.
Right. Do you think the up and coming artists today of this generation don't know the meaning of work ethic?
They know, you know what it is? It's a little bit easier to get on now. You got so much social media and things like that help you. So it's saturated. Mm-hmm. Artists, they come even on they think I can give them a record deal. I wish I could give out a record deal, but even on my Instagram, like artists, upcoming artists, they'll come and spam my Instagram thinking I can give
submittals and all that.
I probably could point them to a different person or A&R or whatever it is.
Right.
But at the same time, it's saturated. It's so easy. It's so many outlets: Instagram, social, SoundCloud, YouTube. It's a million artists. Everybody wants to be an artist.
Right.
There's no fans out there to buy the music to support it. It seems like the market is evaporating.
Yeah, because I don't think people are even buying albums anymore, like hard copies. It's
we had a discussion during pre-production talking about how this year alone there hasn't been a platinum album yet. Yep. And you'd be surprised because we were kind of debating about Beyonce, but she dropped hers
in 2013 last
First
year.
of all, Beyonce doesn't count. Like when you mention the music business, you can talk about Beyonce, then it's everybody else. Everybody else ain't got she got 14 million on the How many on the Instagram? So all she had to do is send one Instagram say my album's out.
Right.
And now she got a million. That's it. Like it's a different day and age, but she's the only one that could do that.
Right, but she's not even listed as a platinum album that has dropped this year, which is surprising. You know,
but it didn't drop this year though, so I don't think it counts. I think it would count in 2013.
The way the music industry goes, you got the first, second, and third.
Even now, I'm hearing like Beyonce has a snippet that just got released like a couple hours ago. Everybody's going crazy over a 7-second snippet. Everybody's saying, "Oh my God, this is gonna be a #1 song." So everybody's already thirsty.
Right.
Yeah, those beehives are supportive.
Hey man, I ain't gonna even lie. I might join the beehive. I mess with I like Beyonce, man. She's one of a kind. Like I must say, I used to like Janet Jackson, but I've seen she's the greatest. She's gonna go down as the greatest of all time.
If there was a checklist for like an artist, okay, live performance, the actual composition of the song, aesthetically how she looks and all that stuff. She tops it. She's perfect. I think the next closest on the male side would be Usher, but he doesn't garner as much attention, I would believe.
So what do you love? We love the physical Beyonce. Right. I like everything, man. No, she's talented. I like watching her as a mom. All that.